Welcome to Magic on Tap. I'm Jack and I exist.
And I'm Xavier, and I guess I also exist.
Yeah, it is horrible. It's painful.
Yeah, and today we're talking about Dominaria Remastered. And I don't think we have a fucking theme for drinks today, so
No.
you're just going to have to deal with it, listener Tamika.
Yeah.
So, I guess before we start getting into fucking Dominaria Remastered, which is dope, Jack, what you drinking? We should do the barkeep upkeep.
Yes. Let's go into the barkeep upkeep. I am drinking from a small brewery. It actually says Nano Brewery on Untapped in Black Mountain, North Carolina. They've got some good stuff, and it's Lookout Brewing. So if you're ever like passing by on I-40 or something, stop into Black Mountain, go to Lookout, because they have some good beer and a really cool location. But I'm drinking Native Son. It's just a pale ale, just run of the mill.
Ooh.
What are you pouring?
I'm not drinking beer this month because
You
I was gonna do
fool.
Yeah, I was gonna do dry January, and I'm like, okay, let's be realistic here. That's dumb. And I'm just trying to lose some extra lbs because the holidays I really fucking packed it in between my honeymoon and the fucking Christmas and all this shit. Yeah.
Wait, you had a fucking Christmas? That sounds way better than mine.
Yeah, you think you would burn calories, but no.
Well, you're constantly eating. Also,
Carbo loading. So we're drinking non-beer related things this month. So I will be drinking it's called Boozy Tea and Botanicals from Owl's Brew. It is a hard tea seltzer, English breakfast tea, lemon, and lime. We'll see how it goes. If you haven't had hard teas before, they're kind of fucking weird. Not all of them are like twisted tea, so hopefully it's not going to be fucking super sweet. And it should be higher carbonated than like a twisted tea. Which sucks. Twisted tea sucks. Come at me, all of the Northeast.
my beer is breathing right now. It's kind of got a lot of head on it, I guess, because I suck. But it's just like... Anyway.
Have you tried it yet? Did you take a little sipper?
That's what I just did. Yes. So yes, I did. And yeah, it's good. I like Lookout. Been going there for a while, so always liked their stuff. It's a solid, just pale ale. I was gonna say nothing to write home about, but it is like it's good. But it's just a pale ale, so there's not much else to say.
That's good. If it tastes just like a pale ale, that's just all you want out of a pale ale, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, my tea thing's pretty good. I would say it's pretty heavy on the lemon. I wish there was a little more tea in there, but that also explains why. Like, I've had this can for fucking a long time. It's got to be borderline 8 months at this point. And I dumped it all out of the can into a glass, and there's like no particulates or anything. So when you have a hard tea that has more tea in it, you get a lot of that shit that collects at the bottom, which I was nervous about. So the flavor holds up. There's no chunkies. Not that there's anything wrong with chunkies.
Spooge.
It's just, yeah. I mean, we'll be getting into some booch later, and I'm probably not going to pour all of it in here. I really... I'm trying to take better care of myself. I don't need to eat straight bacteria. Although, if you ask me what I had, I had mashed potatoes and corn for dinner, and that was it. Just like a big fucking bowl of it.
Wow, it's dinner of champions. I would just, personally, I would rather not drink at all than do that.
The booch?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this kombucha flavor too is pretty aggressive, but we'll get into it. I've had some really good hard kombuchas before. Well, I'll let you know what I feel about this one if we get to it. But what do you think? Should we go to the Untapped step?
Let's do it. I will start. So, the Untapped step is where we find reviews on Untapped for whatever we're drinking. Usually some really stupid ones, because Untapped is a pretty cool platform where you can rate and find new things to drink. It's used very poorly, and people suck. So,
Correct.
Moving on. Here's one from Daniel C. He gave it 4 out of 5. He didn't write anything, but originally the reason I picked this one is because he posted a picture of his dog, and it's a very good dog. So, so bonus points for that. Yes. And it's so also. Here's a plug. If you're watching on YouTube, I'll put the picture of the dog up. So Daniel C., here you go. There's your dog, because you're our listener today.
Wow, that is a very good dog.
It's a very good dog. But there's another reason now to have picked this. Double whammy. So there's a review by a guy, Gordon Hotwig. God damn it. Here's a review by Gordon Hotwig. It says, it's 4 out of 5. And he wrote, I had one too, Big D. And he tagged Daniel C.
Hey, why is he called Big D? Because Daniel.
Yeah, but, I want to leave it up to the imagination. It could be various different things.
Wow, good job, buddy.
I thought that was worthy of pointing out. That's pretty much all I have. Most of these were pretty boring.
That review came with fucking partner or friends forever.
Yeah. No, God, fucking friends forever. Jesus Christ.
Oh God, I know. You'll shame me for what I have to do later, but
I already have.
Okay, I guess I'll get into mine. I got 3 for you. Our first one comes from John Reed. Ugh, already.
Is that part of his name?
Is that the first one of the new year? I think so. Yeah, John Reed, burp. He gave it 1.5 stars. He says, I enjoy tea. This is not good. Which, tomato. That doesn't make any sense in this context, but that's what I said. Next review is coming in from Rob D. He gave this 0.25 stars.
Oh boy.
He says, smells like dog farts, tastes slightly better. Aftertaste of vomit.
I think I would agree.
As a dog fart connoisseur, he must say this. He will relent. The tea tastes better than dog farts. And then the last one comes from Nathan Cryer. He's checking this in at Shield Bros Meadery West, which sounds cool.
Sounds awesome.
He gave it 1.5 stars, and he just said, nope.
Nope.
That's it. That's what we got for the Untapped step.
Very good.
Yeah, if you listen closely, you can hear my dog barking in the background, because he also enjoys not drinking this tea.
He enjoys dog farts.
Oh, he does. He does enjoy dog farts.
Very, very
especially his own.
All right. Well, then let's go ahead and move on to the first main. Guess what? It's a set review.
Whoa!
Sort of. I mean, as much as we can call whatever we do set reviews, we're talking about Dominaria Remastered. So that's coming out actually real soon, isn't it? Coming out.
Isn't it coming out in March? I'll be wrong.
No,
I don't care.
So. It's coming out in January. Yeah, the 13th.
Oh, okay.
According
See, there was a 3 in there somewhere.
Anyway. So, just a bunch of cards from Dominaria's past and a lot of really good shit. So, was there anything in particular that stood out to you or something that you really want from this? Because I know there are for me.
Yeah, I mean, we can pretty much just get the fucking tutors out of the way, right?
Yeah. tutors.
Yeah. All the tutors and all the colors, every tutor you ever wanted is getting reprinted.
Yep.
It's fantastic. This is what I want to see. Let's just reclaim some of the old Magic the Gathering magic. Give me some fucking reprints that is going to drop the overall value so I can actually run them in my deck and call it a day.
Yeah. It's a game. We can get into that a little bit more, but it's a game, guys.
Yeah, right.
You should be able to play it.
Mm-hmm. And play it to, like, the best of our abilities.
Yeah.
I mean, we play a lot of Trash Tribal, but Trash Tribal runs a little bit better when I can throw a fucking Enlightened Tutor in it.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited to see those get reprinted and see those drop down in dollar value, because I'm not trying to pay $47 for an Enlightened Tutor.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see that drop down by like at least $20. I would hope. I mean, it's a rare, so it's going to get printed more.
Yeah. There should be a lot more of it, I'm hoping. But also the fucking full art, or like borderless arts for all the tutors. And I thought about this because I really want that Enlightened Tutor, that borderless Enlightened Tutor. It looks so good.
Yeah, do you think that would be a good card to pull? A borderless Enlightened Tutor?
I don't know. It might be. Hard to tell.
Yeah, I don't know. That's not going to be worth anything. I'll probably just fucking toss it.
Yeah.
Yeah, very excited to see that. Anything else? I'm excited to see the Muses get reprinted as well.
Yeah. So there's just like a lot of good shit. I mean, I honestly, I feel like you can't throw a stick and miss a good reprint here, because, you know, there's obviously the obvious. Wow, Jesus Christ! You know what? Why don't you just keep talking?
Oh yeah, I can definitely do that. I mean, there's literally like any card that you could fucking want in any format. Like they got. Okay, so is this gonna be in standard now?
No.
Okay, perfect. But I mean, like, Dampening Spear got reprinted. Fucking.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
I mean, even Dark Depths, which was just always a really, really cool land. For those that don't know, Dark Depths is a legendary snow land. It enters the battlefield with 10 ice counters on it. Remove an ice counter from Dark Depths. When Dark Depths has no ice counters on it, sacrifice it. If you do, create Merit Lage, a legendary 2020 black avatar creature token with flying and indestructible.
Not an Eldrazi.
Wow. No.
For some reason.
No, it's an avatar.
No. And worth noting, it's pay 3 to remove an ice counter from it. But I'm sure the modern people will be very happy about both the reprint and the new art for it.
Yeah, it looks fantastic. Maze of Ith got a fucking reprint. That land is dope.
I love Maze of Ith. How many times have I annoyed you with that?
Yeah, right. And I'm just like, I don't know. I'm excited to pull basic lands from this set. They just look cool.
Yeah. Like, everything looks awesome. All of the new art, which is great. We have new art from Mark Poole. We've got like just some really good shit, and I'm really excited. Oh, and the dual lands that enter untapped if you control a basic of the type. So those are always good. I wish they would reprint Shocklands more, but those are still pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, you know. Well, I mean, maybe maybe someday.
Yeah.
But
oh my god, Wrath of God. Oh, that new art on the borderless one looks so fucking good.
Yeah. I mean, Sylvan Library got a reprint. Like, this is power. This is definitely a buy a fucking box or two set.
Yeah.
This is, yeah.
And you mentioned before we started recording Yawgmoth. is getting a reprint,
Yes.
which is really good because he is expensive right now.
Yeah. I mean, he's just always been expensive. But yeah, I'm very excited about this. It feels like real magic to me again.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe it's because I got a little worn out. I haven't purchased any cards in a long time. Except for that fucking collector fat pack I just bought like a week ago. Ignore me. Ignore that.
No, wait, not that. No. Yeah. Yeah, because, God, reprint sets are great. I fucking love this. And the same thing with, like, Time Spiral Remastered, which I bought a box of. I'll probably buy a box of this. But, yeah, more reprints. That's very good. What I don't like is way too much new shit. And I'm going to say it. We're primarily Commander players. Stop printing cards only for Commander.
Yeah, I do agree. Stop. I don't want...
Battleborn lands that say they enter untapped if you have 2 or more opponents, which is pretty cool. But that could have been like a set, like, well, I mean, I guess it could have even, yeah, I don't know. It could have even been like a secret lair, although I hesitate to say that. But
yeah, I mean, if you want to print those, just stuff them into dual decks, and then it drives people to buy more dual decks.
Yeah, that's a good idea too. And the part of the fun of Commander came from seeing what you could break from like the cards that already exist and like do shit with them that was never intended.
Right.
And then, you go and print Dockside. So, yeah.
Yeah, at least Dockside got reprinted, I'll say that. And they reprinted him relatively quickly. It didn't take them that long to do it. Usually it takes way longer. They just let that shit sit out there for a while. But yeah, I too am tired of the pandering because I want a card that I can play in any format. That's the beauty of Magic.
And I mean, it's partly that, but also I just think that it's this is actually started with the modern Masters sets, because I think those came before the Commander specific ones. Like, you're printing cards specifically for a format that was built around what cards were in Standard. Like,
Right.
both of these, especially with Modern, because it was Standard. Well, sort of. You're like taking away kind of some of the integrity, I think, of what the spirit of those originally were, and that sucks. Because obviously we still love to play the game. I don't think we're ever going to stop, probably. But it's just, it really does take away a lot, I think.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Did we get off track?
I don't know. a little bit, but not really. I mean, it's kind of, we're talking about the set release, and every time we talk about set release, we have to talk about Wizards as a whole because they keep pumping this shit out. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love this set release. I mean, I'm looking at this again. Force of Will got fucking reprinted.
Yeah.
Which is an insanely, I think that card's like $80 typically.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Mystic Remora, which I'm going to get into later. Also, because of the new art, I actually, for the first time ever, realized that is an enchantment and not a creature. I always thought Mystic Remora was a creature.
Yep.
Mystic Remora got reprinted, which is going to be great for Commander players. I mean,
Yeah.
all the tutors and everything is for Commander. Like, don't get us wrong. They definitely focus more on what I don't know. I don't know if it's because Commander players spend a lot of money, but Standard players do as well. So
Yeah. It's so expensive to have a deck in Standard. Like, the average Standard deck right now, I think, is $500 if you want to be competitive.
Right. Yeah, you know, and I think that actually, talking about it more, that's what's frustrating about them making cards that are good for only Commander, because a lot of, like, the reason I got into Commander, outside of it only being singletons, and that makes it interactions a little more interesting.
Yeah.
Commander always seemed cheaper to me because I didn't have to keep up with Standard. I could just use old-ass cards that nobody was using.
Yeah.
And now, when you print cards that are specifically for that format, and everyone kind of had the same idea, and everyone picked up Commander, I'm suddenly... My deck prices overall are getting expensive because these are, like, basically standard fucking Commander cards, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, you're right. It really homogenizes the format, too, because, like I mentioned Dockside earlier. Like...
Yeah.
Oh, well, if you're running red, you want to have Dockside, and you are less effective if you don't. So it does it makes it less fun to, like, brew new things.
Yeah, and you know, it's like, it's Soul Ring. I remember a time playing Commander where nobody had a Soul Ring. It'd be like 2 people.
Yeah.
And I'm like, God, I need to get that. And now it's, you know, running blue, you need Mystic Armoria, you need Rhystic Study, you need whatever. And it's like, you suddenly, the list of cards that you wanted to put in gets so small because you have these auto includes that you need to stay competitive, even in a casual format.
Yeah, because, I mean, the point of the game is still to win. And, like, even if you're playing casually and with friends, you still want to win.
Right.
So... yeah, of course, you're going to want the stuff that's good. Maybe not necessarily all of it, because you don't want to be the guy that is sweeping the whole table every single game.
Right. Nobody likes that.
Yeah.
Well, and it's like, it's just, you want to be able to do something, and now because of how good all these Commander cards are, or how built for the format they are, that just looks different than it used to. Yeah. I used to be able to get away with not playing any non-basic lands. I would have, like, Evolving Wilds or the fucking other one, and then I just ran all basics and, you know, didn't really have that many mana rocks. It was just everyone took longer to get going, and it didn't matter so much. Everyone knew that it was going to take 4 turns to do anything.
Yeah, and now it's like, and definitely guilty of this, because I have a deck that is pretty, I guess, would be CEDH, because I can get, it's my Crick, now it's Post, Son of Rich deck, and I can get him out turn 1, so, like, you know, I'm guilty of it too, but I have plenty of other stupid decks.
Yeah, right, exactly.
And what did you said something else that I think was pertinent.
It was about how people used to be able to take longer, and everyone knew that was just going to happen. You take, like, fucking 4 turns and sit around and wait. And
yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Mostly just, the idea is that I want to be able to play what I want to play, but in order to do that now, I have to include all these other cards that everyone else has to fucking include.
Yeah, and as long as you're playing with people that are including those, then you have to include them, because otherwise you just get swept and then it's not fun. So
correct.
I've seen people saying that their playgroup has started banning all cards that were not in a standard format.
What?
Yeah. So it's like no. What do they call it?
Like vintage cards?
No extra products. It's all stuff that has been in a standard format, which
that's so boring. Go play fucking 100 card. Well, you can't even play Historic Brawl. Just go play Brawl. Stop playing Commander.
Oh, and Brawl is great, by the way. So, you know, to be fair,
Brawl is fun. Brawl is fun, yeah, but that's Brawl. It's not don't call it Commander.
Yeah.
You don't have to use all fucking standard cards. Although I guess that's kind of interesting because then there is no Soul Ring, so
Yeah.
I guess that's the trade-off then, huh?
I mean, Soul Ring was in Standard, right? Because it's from, I mean, it was in Alpha. So...
Is stuff in Alpha standard?
Yeah, I mean, the Standard format was around, wasn't it?
What are we talking? Oh, you mean stuff that's only ever been printed in Standard?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you were talking about people.
No,
only
not
playing...
current Standard.
Yeah, I was like, people are making Commander decks out of only current Standard cards.
No,
that's
that
fucking
would suck.
Stupid.
That's why.
Really that's why I was saying that sucks so hard. Okay.
No, it's
okay.
Only stuff that has been printed in a Standard format.
Okay, well that makes sense, but that would exclude like this then, right? That would kick out because this isn't a standard format. Dominaria Remastered, I mean.
Well, but a lot of them, actually, maybe all of them have been standard
they were
legal
in
before.
Fucking Dominaria, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
All right, I got it. So basically, no Commander deck cards.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
What are they called?
Shit.
It's a supplemental product. It's like no supplemental product is. Yeah, because it's adding stuff to Commander. So I think probably everything in Dominaria Remastered would be legal. And you don't.
So they're just like, oh, you go. I interrupted you. Sorry, I got excited.
Well, and using Dockside as an example again, so you don't get that shit.
Yeah, I mean that's great. It's basically like they're going all natural and no steroids.
Yeah, yeah, natty, no juice, and
yeah, natty, just like Liver King.
That includes, all natty. That includes Modern Masters and like Double Masters and stuff.
Okay, that would include Double Masters because Dockside got printed in Double Masters.
Yes, yeah, because Double Masters was printed for Eternal formats specifically.
Cool.
Do you need to go pee?
Okay. No, I'm just fidgety.
Okay.
The downside. So, listener,
Charles. No, we already used that one.
Other Xavier.
On the wall.
Oh yeah, talking in a picture of myself. This is the first time we're recording with our cameras on, so now he can visually see when I'm fidgeting.
And you can see when I do this.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure listener, someone
Danny
knows the hand sign associated with using context. It's like that card looks pretty.
That card is totally.
I will say, some
Peter
of my favorite
Stormare
reprints.
is your favorite actor? Oh no,
No. Some of my favorite reprints are reprints that almost reflect that somebody is listening to our podcast.
Yeah.
Because Chainer, Dementia Master, and a whole bunch of minions got reprinted. Ignore the fact that this all came out in the same set.
Shut up.
So I am disappointed that there was no Gru alt art.
I know. What's up
minions.
with that, Wizards? Come on. The fuck is wrong with you?
Come on,
Wizards.
And our fucking boy Werebear got reprinted.
Hell yeah.
And Horseshoe Crab got reprinted. And we didn't get a turtle this set, but we did get an eye. And Evil Eye of Orms by Gore, which I love.
Yeah.
Orms by Gore sounds like a a scent.
Orms
It's a perfect
by Gore.
It's a perfume commercial.
Oh my god.
It's just like Adam Driver chasing a big eyeball. And he missed the eyeball and it turns bloodshot immediately. And it's like, Orms by Gore. Orms by Gore, Evil Eye of Orms by Gore, sorry, is 5 for a 3/6, non-eye creatures you control can attack. Evil Eye of Orms by Gore can't be blocked except by walls.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Weird, bad eye tribal.
Put Swiftfoot boots on that and Voltron the shit out of it. It's like wall fear.
Oh, yeah. That's interesting. Blocked by walls. You can get stuff that makes it get over walls.
Yeah.
Just like 3-step unblockable.
You want to read the flavor text on that? Cause
Oh, yeah. The highway of fear is the shortest route to defeat. Oh, so cool. It sounds like a fucking burial can. Yeah.
sounds like the burial name.
Yeah. But I mean, there's a lot of... It's dope. I love, like, a lot of the old art is returning.
Yeah.
Terror got a reprint, and it's got the dope art with the fucking guy trying to grab his muscular structure while it's also, like, puking out a skeleton, which is puking out the guy. It's like a horrible
Hell yeah.
cycle of agony. Yeah. Why did it go so hard? It's just a fucking 2-drop kill spell. It's a worse Doomblade.
Yeah, that art is...
Metal.
It really does go hard. It's metal as fuck.
Feel free to screenshot.
Yeah. It's also foot fetish art.
Oh, there you go. That'll be expensive. But that, I mean, that's, you know, that's it. That's all I got. And it's a pretty cool set. I'm excited for it, actually.
Yeah, unironically.
I'm not excited for my wallet, but, you know.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that part. Fucking choke my wallet, daddy wizards.
Did you finish your beer yet?
No, not yet. Did you finish your not beer?
Yeah, because it was only 12 ounces.
Oh, you bitch.
Slam your flagon, you fucking loser. Dungeons and flagons.
Flagons.
Well, I'm just gonna check one in because I'm tired of waiting for you.
It has been all of 10 seconds, and also I was not going to chug this.
Cool. Well, I'm gonna check one in. We got the company's called June Shine. It's hard kombucha. The flavor is blood.
I don't like that.
What? You don't like that? It's called June Shine?
I don't.
Yeah, it's weird. It makes it seem like it's made out of June bugs or something.
Oh, is it not? I want it to be.
It might as well be. It's hard kombucha. What is it made out of? Fucking filth. The flavor is blood orange mint. It is somehow 6%, so that's fun. I just bonked the fucking microphone with my hat.
Okay, but how did they do that, right?
How did they do what?
Like, you have to wonder how they got it up to 6%.
A lot of, if you look at hard kombucha, a lot of them have higher ABVs, and I bet it's because they can't really control the ABV that much. It just kind of ends up being what it is, and I'm probably totally fucking talking out of my ass about that, but that's what I speculate. It's actually, if you look at a lot of hard cider too, a lot of them tend to be 6 to 7%, so I don't know, maybe it has to do with how the yeast ferments tea or apples or whatever the fuck.
Actually, my real question is, how do they inject all of that alcohol into fucking seltzer?
Oh, that's easy. It's just, seltzer's just sugar and yeast, so really it's just like, you can make the ABV whatever you want it to be, you just have to add more sugar. Or you brew a base seltzer and then you fucking run it through again to get the ABV up.
Oh, that's weird.
So, like, when you see a 9% seltzer, that's usually like a double batch, and that's how you get it up so high. But, yeah, this is Blood Orange Mint. It's alright. It's pretty minty. It's really like a one and done kind of deal. I'll say the best hard kombucha I've had is Flying Embers. They do a mango habanero hard kombucha that tastes very solid, and it makes you forget you're drinking kombucha, and you can actually have more than one, which is dope.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Some Untapped reviews. We got one from somebody without a name. They say, the two work way better than you might expect they do. Like miles and miles beyond what you would have originally surmised.
What?
5 stars.
The fuck?
They're like, wow, I really thought this was going to taste like absolute dog shit. Or dog farts. Sorry, like the other guy.
Dog farts, yeah.
And he's like, wow, this is way, way better than dog farts. 5 stars. Very liberal with his rating. Some dude named C61H8808 toasted that check-in. So, that's interesting.
Oh, I thought toasted was part of the name.
Oh, no. That'd be awesome. The other check-in I have is one from Matt Popovich. Checked in at Broadway Roxy. And he just says, this is not beer. 1.75 stars.
Did you expect it to be beer?
I don't know, but it's also how I feel about
It's not beer. 1.75 stars. Yeah, I guess that's, just accurate.
Yep. Now I do have to fucking piss, so I'm gonna go piss. I don't know if you can tell that from all the bouncing.
I could tell.
But I'll be back. The reservoir is empty.
I'm glad.
I fucking bled the serpent, or whatever people say. Human words!
Yes, I am a human.
Okay. Jumping back into it. Untapped step number 2 done. I guess we can go to...
No. We can't. Because I have another one to check in.
Oh, okay. What are we doing? What are we having? What are we drinking? What you pouring?
You came out at me with a lot there, and I'm not sure what to do. I'm just gonna... I have trail supplies from Lookout Brewing. You should go there. It's a cool place. This one is a golden. So let's crack that open.
How big was their draft list?
What?
How big was their draft list?
Maybe 10 or 12 beers on there.
That's not bad. For a quote-unquote nano brewery.
What the fuck is happening here? Why is this pouring so slowly? Oh, it didn't. Did that thing where it didn't open the can all the way.
Yeah,
It just
and then you're like, do I push my thumb through it?
I know.
I'm cutting my thumb open.
Fucking split my thumb open. All right, there we go. That's a lot better.
Cut my thumb into pieces.
All right, let's taste this.
We have cheese.
Taste it. Oh man! All right, that's different because obviously it's a very different beer. I always surprise myself.
What do you mean?
I always surprise myself. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, it's a different beer. Obviously.
Oh, like you're drinking 2 different types of beer, so you were expecting it to be a pale ale?
Yeah.
It's like the old, when you fucking sip a soda and you're thinking about milk and then you're scared.
And then you have to curl up under the table and cry for 20 minutes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a solid golden. I like it. It's a little sweet, but overall, I think it's pretty good.
Nice.
Now, on to the untapped step for me. There was really only one worthwhile review here. It was by Ken Tyberski. And he says, the name belies the color. This looks like a classic lager. Oh, wow. I have a lot of bubbles. Clean and fresh with a nice malt opening and a balanced light dry hop finish. What? Subtle spice.
Ooh.
This actually tastes like an undersweet Märzen. Ken doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. It just looks like a golden, and it's actually a little oversweet. And I don't know what he means by light dry hop finish, because definitely not. But he gave it 4.75 out of 5, so at least he liked it. But
Yeah. He's doing the would-be beer judge stuff.
yeah,
I used to write douche things on Untapped as well.
I've never done that. I've never been an asshole on the internet. Not once.
Well, I guess you've never been on this podcast before.
Moving on. Second main. Hey, Xavier.
Yes.
Did you get something in your notes?
I almost did. It would have been way worse if I got any other things in my fucking nose.
Hey, Xavier. What's your brew?
Mike is shitting up. What am I brewing? I presume that's what you asked me.
Yeah. Well, I was going to until you interrupted me.
I am brewing a Othelm, Sigardian Outcast, and Hargiled Kindly Runechanter deck. For anyone that knows, and I know our fucking listener, God damn, I always go to I always go to T names. David. How have we not said David before? David, if you have listened back to our other podcasts, you'll know I have talked mad shit about these cards before because they are in fact the reskins of Stranger Things cards. So
did they make them?
For...
Sorry, I interrupted you.
You're good. Did they make them what?
Did they make them stupid names on purpose so that people would want to buy the fucking Stranger Things ones?
Maybe. I mean, it's like a lot to say. I could definitely see that being a thing. Yeah. I'm definitely not going to buy the Stranger Things copies because
fuck that.
I don't want to see fucking Mike the Dungeon Master, which is Othelm.
Mike the Dungeon Master. I'll tell you right now, if you play these cards at the table, I'm slapping you. God damn it. I fucking have to. I have to. They're my commanders. And the reason why I'm using these guys is solely for Bant. And you're like, dude, there's way better Bant options. And you're correct, but not for what I want to do, because the point of this deck is to play Chronotog, basically. It's a weird Chronotog turn skippy deck. The whole thought behind it is I play a bunch of cards that will let me stack skipped turns, because you can do that. I guess for reference, I can read Chronotog off. Chronotog is 2 for a 1/2. It is an ATOG. It says it's got activated ability, skip your next turn. Chronotog gets +3/+3 until end of turn. Use this ability only once each turn. So you can activate that every turn, so you can do it on other people's turns. You skip your turn, and then you can potentially skip 3 more turns beyond that, making it 4 turns total. And then I have a whole bunch of cards that let me play my spells as though they have flash. And the whole idea is to just take my turn during other people's turns, and maybe stack up a bunch of skip turns, and drop Teferi's Protection, and then just leave the table for 20 turns and let everyone sort their shit out, and come back and, beat the victor. It's a set it and forget it deck is essentially what's happening.
And surprisingly, a lot of Dominaria Remastered cards are making it into this deck. So, mostly because I got reprinted, I included Enlightened Tutor, I included Mystical Tutor, I included Arborea, which I'm very excited about. It's a world enchantment, 2 for 2 green. Creatures can't attack a player who didn't cast a spell and didn't put a card on the battlefield during his or her last turn. So, in order for that to work for me, I would basically have to have already played Chronotog and like Vidalcan Orrery and Seedborn Muse or something, so I can untap my lands. And there's like a lot of weird steps I have to take in order to make this deck really cruise, but we got some workarounds in here. The biggest issue I found really is getting a way to drop lands, because there's no way to play a land outside of your turn. You can't play a land, but you can put lands on the battlefield. So there's a lot of what's the word where you look for stuff? Ramp. There's a lot of ramp, but it's not real ramp because it's literally just required to put lands on my battlefield for me. So, and as far as win conditions go, Bant really isn't supportive for win conditions for this kind of deck.
The win condition is usually the other person gives up.
Yeah, right. It's like a stacks deck that has no... I refuse to put Approach of the Seventh Sun or any of that bing, bong, boom, you fucking win the deck shit in here. You win the deck? Oh my god. You win the game.
You win the deck. No, that's anti. We don't do that anymore.
No. I would love to do that. I do have some very annoying cards in here, though. Don't get me wrong. We put in Mind Crank, which is a 2-drop. Whenever opponent loses life, that player mills that many cards. We put in Crumbling Sanctuary, which is a 5-drop artifact. For each 1 damage that will be dealt to a player, that player removes the top card of his or her library from the game instead. So basically the idea is while my opponents are punching each other, they're also eliminating each other's options.
Yeah.
Hopefully I can skip enough turns that I can wheel someone's deck down and then I can just Cold War until they're dead. I added a couple cards that do damage at every upkeep, and since I'm skipping my upkeep, it's not going to matter so much. Skull Cage is a super weird one that doesn't do a lot of damage. I just love the art. It's so metal for no fucking reason. Skull Cage is 4-drop for an artifact. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, Skull Cage deals 2 damage to that player unless he or she has exactly 3 or exactly 4 cards in hand. Weird one. Super weird one.
That's very weird. Do you have any like infinite combos with your commanders so that you can just continuously bring back Chronotog?
No, because I don't have anything that does. I could do infinite mana easily, and I might swap that in with there's that green elf that you like untap it and you put a -1/-1 counter on it, and then there's a white creature that rounds down the amount of counters you put on your permanents.
Yeah.
So you can just get infinite green
mana. I think this would work. If you have, do you have a? Wait, let me look.
I have no way to untap Athelm, which is it's pay 2 and tap.
Yeah, so if you had a way to untap that, like
the staff.
Yeah. What is it called? I don't remember. Staff of Domination.
Yeah, something.
Yeah, Staff of Domination. Oh, but that taps. Oh, okay. Oh no. Okay. So it would take a lot of setup. There is Voltaic Construct where you can pay 2 mana to untap target artifact creature. So if you turn it into an artifact, and then you have an altar to sack Chronotog to, say like Ashnod's Altar. So you get 2 colorless, and you have Kinnan, Bonder Prodigy, I think is what he's called. Yeah, Bonder Prodigy, where if you tap a non-land permanent for mana, you get another mana of any type that it produced. So you get 3 mana from Hargild. And then, so you have 5 mana, and you can spend 2 of it to untap Othelm. Oh, but you're still 1 short for Hargild.
I guess what's the point of getting... Are you saying just so I can trigger Chronotog, kill him, and then bring him back and just keep doing that? So
it's only your next turn, isn't it? Shit.
Yeah.
It would still only be your next turn. I was thinking about...
Well, if it was my next turn, it wouldn't matter because it stacks then, right? You skip your next turn, and then I would skip my next turn, and then I would skip my next turn. So I would just stack essentially infinite skip turns. I would never be able to play a turn again.
That was the idea, but I don't think it actually works because you still have a next turn. You can't just like keep Chronotog out and skip a million turns and make him 3 million or whatever.
He wouldn't because he would die. In this situation, you would essentially have to get him, pump him out.
Oh, wait.
Skip
only
a
once
turn.
per turn. Okay, so...
Yeah. You would have to kill him. So you're not getting...
Yeah, that's what
we're ignoring the pump up. We're just getting the skip turn.
Right. So, yeah, no, I guess it would still skip the second turn, like, if you killed him and brought him back. So that is the idea. Yeah. I think you could... Oh, God, so many bubbles in my throat. It's really not good.
That was gnarly, yeah.
I think you can do that. I think you might be able to infinitely bring back Chronotog and keep skipping and then sacking him for mana and then bring him back.
I mean, that's something to look into. Then this deck becomes very different. I have to cut out a lot of stuff to streamline that.
I don't think you have to cut out that much. I mean, you need... Let's see, do you really even need Kinnan? You don't need Kinnan. You just need Ashnod's Altar, sack Chronotog, you get the 2 mana. Oh, you do need a way to get extra mana so that you can untap Othelm.
Yep. Whatever, that's something to look into. There's a couple stuff I could cut out for sure, and I could throw in that elf and the other white card and do stuff. But there's some cards that, like, in exploring this deck and seeing what I could do to make this happen, I found some pretty fun cards that are going to work really well in here. And I just kind of wanted to highlight them really quick. Aeon Frolicker.
I was just looking at that.
2 colorless and a blue for a elemental otter, which is awesome. It's a 5/5, so it's 4 for a 5/5 with flying. And when it enters the battlefield, if you cast it, target opponent takes an extra turn after this one. Until your next turn, you and planeswalkers you control gain protection from that player. So the assumption is that I'm just going to fucking skip a bunch of turns, and that person's not going to be able to touch me forever. Which is awesome. And what else? Oh, Hunting Grounds is a weird one that I found. No, not Hunting Grounds, sorry. That just got reprinted in Dominaria. It used to be a rare, and it's got reprinted as a mythic rare. Let me find this. Oh, speaking of Mystic Remora, I was going to talk about it earlier. Mystic Remora becomes way better in this deck because I never hit upkeep, so I never have to pay cumulative upkeep. So for 1, I just get Mystic Remora without any drawback, assuming I'm able to skip my turn a whole bunch, which is the idea.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I just added so many stuff and so many things in here that gives everyone flash because it's not going to matter to me at all.
Because I don't care. I don't exist.
No, who cares? Tidal Barracuda. So everyone's just going to be taking all their turns on everyone else's turn, and it's hilarious. Tidal Barracuda is 3 colorless and a blue. It says any player may cast spells as though they had flash. Your opponents can't cast spells during your turn, which really doesn't matter, but on the off chance that I'm not able to stack my turns, that's a payoff there. The one card that I was really excited about was Primal Order, because it's a green card that does damage to people, which is always interesting to me. It's cool to see. I mean, green has literally everything. Green has literally fucking everything.
Yeah, they do.
Primal Order is 2 colorless and a green, and it says at the beginning of each player's upkeep, Primal Order deals damage to that player equal to the number of non-basic lands he or she controls. So, pretty good in Commander. Oh, yeah. Not going to matter for me because I'm going to have to tutor to find lands, and I don't want to spend $1 million on buying tutor or ramp cards that are going to pull non-basics. I'm just going to stick with mostly basics anyway. So, my number is going to be pretty small. Also, I'm never going to hit my upkeep, and it's just going to trigger on everyone else's shit. So, we'll see how it goes. It's probably going to be hot trash, but
I'm excited. I can't wait.
Me too. Luckily, I own a lot of the expensive cards already by happenstance, but it's going to end up being probably pretty pricey once it's all said and done, because there are some really good cards that I need to make this viable at all.
Yeah.
But that's it. That's all I got. Long talky talk. I talked a lot.
Long. No, that sounds really fun, and I really can't wait for you to get that together to play against it.
Yeah, I hope it does anything. But Jack.
Yeah.
What you brewing?
Thank you for asking. Am brewing Scarecrow tribal deck. So Reaper King is the commander. He costs either oh wow, how do I even say this? So there's, for each pip, you can pay 2 colorless mana, and he costs Wooborg. So he either costs 5, or you can replace one of them with 2 colorless, 2 generic mana. So he could cost up to 10. He actually says on the card that the converted mana cost is 10. So that is relevant for a couple of cards. He is a 6/6 legendary artifact creature Scarecrow, of course. Other Scarecrow creatures you control get +1/+1, and whenever another Scarecrow comes into play under your control, destroy target permanent. And the flavor text says it's harvest time. So, yeah. It turns out that there are a lot of really cheap Scarecrows, so his second ability of destroying permanents, and it's permanent, not non-land permanent.
Oh my god.
Yeah, can be really fucking annoying. So I just dumped every fucking Scarecrow in the game in here, and then a bunch of shapeshifters. So, I've got what's a good example? Realm Walker. 2 and a green for a 2/3 changeling. As it enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Scarecrow, obviously. You may look at the top card of your library at any time, and you may cast creature spells from the top of your library of the chosen type. So, just helps cast more Scarecrows. And then, Scarecrows tend to kind of go off of each other and, say, for example, Scarecrown, which is 3 for a 1/2. Pay 1 mana, sacrifice a Scarecrow, draw a card, and then you can also pay 4 and tapper to return an artifact creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. So, scarecrows tend to have some synergy with each other. They also have, there's like a whole cycle of scarecrows that say target any color, like here's one. Thornwatch Scarecrow. It's 6 for a 4/4 and says it has Wither as long as you can control a green creature. The only green creature I have is, besides my commander, because he's all colors, is Realmwalker. So, like, that's a little awkward, I guess. But hopefully I can protect my commander as long as he's out. And then basically the strategy is just to ramp as quickly as possible, get him out, and shut down the game and make everyone hate me. So, I've, just got a bunch of ramp, cultivate, farseek, rampant growth, and then I do have some like blink effects, or what's it called? Yeah, blink.
Yeah, like flicker, blink.
Yeah, flicker. Like ephemerate, exile target creature you control and return it. So I can do that with a scarecrow to destroy something if I can't play one, or I can do that to protect my commander if he gets targeted by removal or something. I've also got Panharmonicon, which, if you don't know, is 4 for an artifact that says if an artifact or creature entering the battlefield causes a trigger or a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, it triggers an additional time. So then I destroy 2 permanents instead of 1. Yeah, I think it'll be really fucking annoying. And it'll probably be fun for me, and then no one will ever want to play with me again.
Are you going to include Morophon?
No.
I mean...
Yeah, I know, dope, but more... I feel like Morophon's...
cheating.
Yeah, exactly, yes.
Yeah, okay. I'm glad to hear you say that, because, like, we both playing Trash Tribal, everyone's had the Morophon discussion, we're like, do I just make him my commander?
Yeah.
And it's like, no, because that's fucking boring.
Oh, fuck you.
If you don't include the original Scarecrow in your deck, like the original art, though...
Yes. No, I have that on there. Yeah.
I sent it to you as well, but, man, it is fucking horrifying. He is the lost member of Slipknot. It's scary as fuck.
It's like... fucking... Oh, wow. Nerd moment. It's like DC Scarecrow with the fear toxin.
Yep.
But he's plug if you're watching on YouTube, you can see the art right now. Yeah, horrifying. That's my sleep paralysis demon. He is 5 for colorless artifact creature. He's a 2/2, and you can pay 6 and tap him to reduce all damage done by flying creatures to 0 that turn.
He's horrible.
So he's not a good card. But he's in here.
And his flavor text is, there was more malice in its button eyes than should have been possible in something that had never known life.
Shit.
Horrifying.
And it's funny because, like, a lot of the other scarecrows are just, like, doofy guys.
Yeah, then Scarecrow came to ruin someone's life.
Scarecrow's like, I hate you specifically. So yeah, that's all I've got.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds fun. I'm surprised it's taken somebody this long to make a Scarecrow deck, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, they exist, but I'm guessing it's probably not actually very good. In our play group, it might be because we don't run a lot of removal, but
like overall, period.
Yeah,
at all.
Period. But overall, it's probably actually not that good. So that's probably why you don't hear that much about it.
Yeah, I guess so. I do get served a lot of Facebook ads for this site that makes like pre-built commander decks, and they are always trying to sell me a pre-made Reaper King deck that's like $100.
Wow, really?
Yeah, yeah. Also, an aside, if you haven't seen some of the art for The Dark that Scarecrow came out in, that was the name of the set, it's all like fucking horrifying.
Yeah, it lives up to the name.
That's where our boy Uncle Istvan comes from.
Yeah.
He's from The Dark. Dude, that's also, there's a banned card from the set that isn't banned because it's good. It was one of those like kind of racist ass cards that got made in Magic.
Right. Yeah.
From the super like cursed playlist that you can't even look those cards up on Scryfall. They just don't show up if you try and look them up because they totally just tried to forget that they made that.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Blood Moon is originally from The Dark, isn't it?
I believe so. I've just fallen down a hole and I'm just looking at all these. Ragman's from The Dark too. And Cave People? Oh, I've always liked Cave People. I've never found a thing to put it in, but it's horrifying. It literally looks like a scary cave painting. And it's just called Cave People, Summon Cave People. It's 3 for a 1/4. If declared as an attacker, Cave People gets +1, -2 until end of turn. You can pay 1 and 2 red and tapped target creature gains Mountain Walk until end of turn. But it's just like fucking scary for no reason. It looks like the Descent monsters coming to get you.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh, wow. Original Mazavith is from The Dark too, and that has some fucking terrifying art.
Yeah, it's spooky. They went full spooky on this set. Maybe we need to do a Dark set review once. It's not very good, but
it's not. There are like a few cards that are good.
There is a Hag in this set, though. I knew that. I looked in the Hag tribal. It doesn't work. There's not enough.
If there is a trash tribe, we have both looked into running it.
If it's a weird creature type, we have guaranteed looked into trying making it work. There is a Magic card called Nameless Race, and the creature type is Summon Nameless Race, which is weird. Anyway, so that's all you got?
That's all I got.
Dope. Well, do you want to go to the oh my god, we haven't done this in so long, I forgot what it's called.
Sideboard?
Yes. Sideboard. What Jack, what is the sideboard?
You know, I had something and I forgot it. So
sideboard is where we talk about things.
Oh, what is that? Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I've had 1.5 beers, okay?
Well, if you don't got anything, I guess I'll go. Yeah, I've just been watching a lot of rom-coms lately. I haven't watched any horror movies in a long time. Yeah, and I will say we have been rewatching this movie called It's For a Good Time Call is the whole movie name. Very fucking long title, which is not great. The movie itself, very good, very well written. It's about two ladies, two women that open up a phone sex line so they can afford to live in their apartment in New York, and it's very funny and well written.
Nice.
And it's kind of a bromance. It's like a lady bromance. So it's it used to be for free on Freevee, I think, but now it's not. But you can rent it on Amazon Prime for $4, and there's a lot of weirdly famous people in there. You get to see Seth Rogen and Kevin Smith pretend to jerk off and say insane things while they're jerking off on the phone. So that's fun.
Oh boy, I'm sold.
Yeah.
Fucking count me in. Have you seen The Invitation? That's a rom-com.
You're fucking with me, right?
Yes.
You're talking about the Netflix Invitation, the one that came out that long ago.
Yeah.
I have not seen that, but I've seen another movie called Invitation, which is about a guy that gets invited to a weird cult thing that's also on Netflix, and it's very good. And then, in the same vein as that, if you haven't seen Perfect Host, you should watch that, because anyone that grew up watching Frasier, you see Miles from Frasier in that, and you're like, oh, okay, this guy's nice and, fucking, what's it called?
Nice and
posh.
fucking.
Yeah, nice and posh and stuff, and then he's totally different in that movie, and it's worth a watch. That's it. That's all I got. What about you?
I don't do anything. I went up to the mountains over the long weekend because I had the day after New Year's off, so that was nice. And that's all really I have to say about that. We watched The Invitation. You should watch it and tell me what you thought, because I want to know.
Okay. Did your lady like it or no?
Yeah, I think she did.
Oh, wow. Okay. So it might actually be a good movie then.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, that's all I got. If you got nothing else, I guess we can wrap her up.
Yep.
I guess, thanks for listening. If you want to follow us on Instagram, we're, Magic on Tap on all the shit. Literally, like, everything. Untapped, Instagram, not Facebook. Basically just Instagram.
YouTube.
Oh, yes, YouTube, the other one. That's a good one. And on Spotify. So I don't know how you fucking found us, but if you did and you happen to listen, and I know you did, Steven, then keep listening on Spotify. Subscribe. Oh, just smash that like button and subscribe.
Yeah, fuck that like button. Peg the subscribe button.
And that's it. That's all we got. So, election the spaces between moments.